everyone belongs. It's our 2024 theme here at Grove Church, and I wanted to share with you today how I see our Greater United Methodist Church living into this truth as well. Our 2020 General Conference, yes, you heard that right, it was delayed due to COVID, ended at 6:30 p.m. last night on Friday night, after 2 long weeks of what we call holy conferencing. This is the decision-making body for our entire global church, and they did some absolutely incredible work in their time together. People reported that it was more hopeful and life-giving than any general conference they can remember. They felt God's Spirit with them, leading them as they were doing their work. And they sure did keep working hard up until the very last minute last night to pass as much legislation as they could to move our church forward. I'm so looking forward to hearing from our own Dave Koch about his experience and having him share his reflections with us as a delegate. Keep praying for him. I'm sure he's exhausted and probably on his way back home as I'm recording this video. Make sure to thank him for the time and work and care that he put into being one of our delegates. As I watched these unfoldings over the past 2 weeks, I couldn't help but see our theme, Everyone Belongs, unfolding in our Greater General Conference. The legislation that was passed showed us that as United Methodists, we value making sure that everyone has a full place at the table. So I just wanted to take a couple of moments today to highlight some of the unfoldings of this conference and the major legislation that was passed. Bishop Tracy S. Malone, resident bishop of the East Ohio Conference, is now the first Black woman in our denomination to be elected president of the Council of Bishops. Bishop David Wilson, resident bishop of the Great Plains Conference, was elected the first Native American bishop in 2022, and thus at this General Conference was our first Native American bishop to preside over our General Conference. Everyone belongs. We passed the initial legislation to move us towards regionalization, which would allow us to remain a fully connected global church while still allowing different regions of the world to adapt ministry to their own contexts. Everyone belongs. We voted to be in full communion with the Episcopal Church. Now we wait on their vote to see if they will approve it as well. But this moves our denominations closer to one another, allowing us to be in deeper connection and ministry with one another. Everyone belongs. Our revised social principles have been adopted, and they are beautifully reflective of a world in which God's peace and justice can reign for all people. Everyone belongs. Our deacons were granted sacramental authority. This is a special one for us as we have a deacon appointed here to Grove Church, Deacon Marilyn. This is the first time that deacons can now, without special bishop permission, can preside over our sacraments of baptism and communion in the ministry context in which they serve. Everyone belongs. And friends, as if all of that isn't enough, the big news out of this General Conference is that the harmful and exclusive language in our Book of Discipline has been removed, giving our LGBTQIA siblings a full place in the church. There is no longer a ban on same-sex weddings or ordination, and there is now a pathway back for those who have lost their credentials for these reasons. There was space for lament, and apology was offered for the harm that has been done for so many years. Everyone belongs. Friends, it is a new and hopeful day in the United Methodist Church. It is an incredibly hopeful time to be a part of Grove Church. I am so grateful to be your pastor, and I cannot wait to see what God has in store for us as we continue to make disciples for the transformation of the whole world. A world in which everyone belongs. Thanks be to God.